Testing.
Believe in shooting stars, but she believe in shoes and cars. Wood floors in the new apartment, couture from the store's departments. You more like love to start shit. I'm more of the trips to Florida, order the views of the water, straight from a page of your favorite author. And the weather's so breezy, man, why can't life always be this easy? She in the mirror dancing so sleazy. I get a call like, where are you, Easy? I try to hit you with the old body till I get flashed by the paparazzi. Damn, these niggas bad. I hate these niggas bad. All I know I showed, but I never thought that you would take it this far. What do I know? Been a while, sweetheart, we hardly talk. I was doing my thing. I know it was fair, baby. Hey, babe, lately you been all on my brain. And if somebody would've told me a month ago, fucking no, yo, I wouldn't wanna know. If somebody would've told me a year ago, it'll go get this difficult. Feeling like Katrina with no FEMA, like Martin with no Gina. Like a flight with no visa, first class with the seat back, I still see you in my plans. You on the other side of the glass of my memories museum. I'm just saying, hey Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roam without Caesar. All I know you know the show, but I never thought that you would take it this far. What do I know?
Testing, 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 testing. That sounds good. Ears are pretty good. Go ahead and speak. Testing, testing, testing.
Testing,
Yeah,
testing.
You're coming in loud and clear.
All right. We're live.
And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the pregame show here live from the Reef at Oceanside Collegiate Academy. What a magnificent night for lacrosse. About, I don't know, probably mid-50s. The sun is setting to our west. The boys are starting to get loose. Goalies are out here, and I am here with my partner, as we did all year last year, Chris Harrison. Welcome, Coach. Welcome to another season.
A pleasant good evening, Tone. How we doing?
We are great. I woke up this morning, and it was game day, and it has that special feeling. And, Chris, we've got this gift that, some people look at us and say, well, you volunteer for that, the work. We've been, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Harrison has been struggling all day. We've been scabbing together all the AV equipment from everybody that we borrow it from, thanks to the Black and Blue Club and Neon Dion for helping us out with that, and Mark Rokos and the whole Black and Blue Oceanside Sports Network team for getting us two hacks to get this all together. But we got it together. We're about 28 minutes from game time. And, Chris, from last season at the end, as soon as the schedule came out, this is the game that everybody had circled on the calendar. This is like the Daytona 500, where the biggest event could be the first event.
Right. I mean, I don't know that we've ever had this as the opener. And I believe our last broadcast
was Lucy Beckham.
This game.
Yes, it was.
Not at this field, but down at Lucy's field. And it's pretty amazing that we're back here broadcasting tonight for the opener. I personally, I don't think Oceanside would want to open against anyone else but Beckham. I mean, why not have one of your biggest tests coming out of the gate? Make sure that all that preparation you've been putting in preseason is paying off.
Well, that's exactly right. And you're talking about the three-time defending state champs. Now, that's a pretty healthy resume. Now, they've had a coaching change. So the former coach went on to another job, and JJ stepped up. I think he was the offensive coordinator last year. He took the helm, and I had a minute to sit down with him just a few minutes ago and just kind of go through some things. And we'll get to our Oceanside Land Sharks. But let's talk about this opponent for a minute, because we do have the three-time defending champs coming in here. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Correct.
And I think undisputedly in the low country here, and arguably for the state, certainly in their time at the 4A level. Now, I don't know how much that really changes now that they've been bumped to 5A, but nonetheless, as lacrosse competitiveness continues to rise in the state of South Carolina and the Low Country in particular. They've been able to do it year in, year out, and they're looking at guys now. So they lost to Garrett Coombs. Okay, they lost a Bryce Rothwell, the Twin Towers of defense.
Right.
They lost an Austin Constable, the Oceanside Killer. Okay, I mean they've lost some heavy hitters. Flynn, the Fogo.
Well, Wilson playing at Binghamton, I believe.
Playing at
Division
Binghamton,
I. Yeah.
right? So I mean they've lost some guys to D1 programs coming out of South Carolina, and it's pretty impressive. But they're going to ride their guys. So I asked the coach. I said every team has an identity. We're going to talk about Tom Harris's answer to that question in a minute. But every team has an identity. And I said, what's this one, Coach? And he said, they're fast. He said, we were big before. He said, the last two teams, I'd say they were big. One word, they're fast. The speed of the game, they believe it's to their advantage. I think that we've got some advantage there ourselves. But they're looking at a heavy sophomore and junior class, similar to us.
Sure.
But we are riding 6 big seniors into this that all contribute day in, day out. We'll get to that in a minute. So they've got number 6, Grant Gallo, was the long pole of the year, or long stick midi of the year, okay, for the state of South Carolina. And, of course, Bear Hankins is everything.
Bear encapsulates the speed that their coach was talking about. We obviously, with Bear being a travel player with our kids through most of their lives, we've seen the speed that he brings to the game. And you surround him with some other speedsters, and you can have defenses just spinning in circles. So I understand when Coach says, their focus is speed this year, it's obvious where that's coming from.
Yeah, no, I agree. So they've got a lot going on there. They're looking for things out of Kane Pritchett. The Pritchett brothers are the gift that keeps on giving in the Low Country here. Colton Bennett, their attack. They're looking at Colton Bennett, Brendan Dick, and then there was one other. Nolan Elwood. I mean, we called those names a lot last year in both matchups.
We definitely did,
both during the regular season and certainly now. Add Austin Constable to that, and we've got all sorts of things going on. So. We have some technical difficulty there, Coach?
Yeah, keep going, Coach. We'll figure things out.
I saw something go a little sideways there. I wasn't sure what. But nonetheless, so while the coach gets that squared away, we're going to talk a little bit about where we're at as a program. So Oceanside Collegiate comes into our Land Sharks come into this game. They are primed and ready to go. This is the matchup, the team that they've always wanted. So if you go back to 2022, the 22 team, that team sort of ordained this team to be the heir apparent to what would be required to bring the title, the state chip, the banner in the gym back to Oceanside after the 18 and 19 teams had it, right? So you've got a group of seniors back then that looked at these freshmen. When you remember, we went up to the Wounded Warrior,
yes,
and we played Weddington, and we got throttled by Weddington back then. In the locker room after that game, I can't remember which senior it was. It'll come to me over time. Cooper Porter stood up, and Cooper wasn't a big talker, but Cooper stood up, and he said, these freshmen are good. And I was talking to Tom Harris about this, and he's recounted that story to these kids because the kind of hashtag is fulfill the prophecy. This group of seniors, and our seniors, just to lay them out there, we're going to talk about them all year long. Your son, Gavin Harrison, between the pipes, takes over for Hayden Daniels, right? Hayden moves on. Gavin waited his time. He's practiced his craft. The kids all love him, always have. He's done his time, and now the Land Sharks are taking the field here through the tunnel, out to midfield. Here they come. 2x2, the largest Land Shark team you've ever seen us in our time here, Chris, right?
So large that we had some uniform difficulties heading into the season.
Yeah,
so
we are not used to 40 hats.
I think when you're a coach, that's a great problem to have. And, last year we go from 2 goalies, Hayden obviously leading things off, and my son as a backup. This year we have 4. So pretty amazing the change that has happened to this team in very, very good ways.
Right, absolutely. And that'll take us back with a little interruption there with the boys running their lap. So Gavin between the pipes, as I started to say, he waits his time. It is his time. Fulfill the prophecy, Gavin, right? Don't fill the net. Fulfill the prophecy.
Right.
Okay.
I I could tell you this: there's no problem getting him up and ready. This morning he was up. I think he woke up and went back to sleep like 4 different times because the energy was just so much. But he knew he needed to relax his brain. He knew he needed to think about what he has to do here tonight. And, he's ready to go.
He's ready to rock and roll. Moving down the line there, and we look at Alex Peanut Seaton, all-world, the best defender in the state of South Carolina last season. Pound
for pound, I think one of the strongest, if not the strongest, defensive lacrosse player, maybe lacrosse player, period, in South Carolina. The kid can bench press a car, and, I always feel bad for the offensive player that draws that card.
Yeah, well, there's no question about it. I mean, the kid will run through a brick wall, and you feel bad for the bricks.
You do.
I mean, he's that tough. We could tell stories, and we will throughout the year, about some of the, whether they're smart or not, we can debate, but some of the things that he's withstood. Okay. So, we're looking for a lot out of him. Now, I can tell you he didn't play in our first scrimmage that we went to, and it's an obvious difference to when we were this weekend, when we went to, where did we go this week? Rock Hill,
right.
And we were playing Huff. Now, Huff is a renowned national power, certainly in the state of North Carolina. And, I mean, we handed – actually, both these teams handed it to Huff.
Well, I got to say, when we went to that scrimmage, I was curious because Alex Peanut, whatever we want to call him, didn't play in that first scrimmage. I just wanted to see how he was going to come out. And I think he brought the fact that he had just finished playing hockey into that game because he was hitting people.
He was a menace.
And it was hard. I mean, there were guys that were struggling to bring the ball down the field with him. So, let's hope that same energy's out here tonight. I have no question that it will be.
Yeah, no, and as far as energy goes, Chris and I are just turning around, and let's give props to Angie Gregory, who's standing to my left as usual. There's Big Dan Hankins checking in, Bear's dad, my father, Pete, AJ's grandfather's here. The crowd's filing in. Now, it won't surprise anyone who's followed us here. Oceanside has a very nice field, but we've always struggled for fan capacity because we're in the middle of something. And off into the sunset, that magnificent sunset you see in the upper left of your screen, there's some very beautiful dirt piles, and that is the site of our new athletic center. If we broadcast, because our boys are both graduating, but when there's games here next year, they're going to be in a full stadium. So this project will be over. This project will be over at the end of August, and we will play football here. Oceanside will play football here to defend their state title for the first time ever in their own stadium.
I think it's fabulous that Oceanside is finally able to bring their sport teams to the campus. Obviously, some of the teams have played here. It'll be fantastic when all their games can be here on the Oceanside campus.
Right. Coach, we're going to have to call security because Jamie Hankins is trying to hand out green Beckham beads to the Oceanside faithful, and I think that's an illegal solicitation for the other team. So we love you, so we won't have you ejected before the game even starts, Jamie.
Hopefully she behaves herself back there with the beads.
This is so fun. What an environment. I mean, we talked about it. It doesn't really get any better than this game for these two schools.
No, it does not.
It's such a special time.
It's a great hometown rivalry, and it's awesome to have it here on the Oceanside campus.
So, getting back to our seniors here, Coach. So the next guy down the list, number 22, Brody Broman Hollingsworth. Okay, I'm dusting off the nicknames this year. We're going to have that. Okay, I got a whole list of them. I've worked hard on it. There was a few that caught on last year.
No off season for Tony Z.
No, so Peanut has always been Peanut. Peanut's been Peanut literally since he was born.
He was
Peanut when we met him.
I don't think I knew his real first name for a year.
Gavin is G Money. He's always been G Money. Okay, so Peanut, and then so Brody Broman. We've always called him Broman, so that's what he's going to be all season long. So there's a kid who was the last one to grow in our group of seniors. He was always small. And we talk about the vicious hits he would take, and that was where I coined the phrase, he's tough as a truck stop steak.
Right.
We would always talk about him when it came to that. Little guys like him and Liam, well, he ain't so little anymore. Broman is all grown up.
That's what happens when these kids hit high school, and especially some of the last few years, man, they fire up, and Brody certainly did. He does a fantastic job of offering a calming influence out there on the field. We usually use him back at X to just kind of get the ball moved around and get things set up. And boy, he just does such an amazing job of that. And you can tell we didn't have him in our scrimmages. And,
no, that's right.
And it just felt like a missing piece, and he's here tonight, and can't wait to see him out there.
Yeah, and he's been battling a little bit of an injury to his back, and he's been working through that. I know that, when we went up to the scrimmage, I rode with Jamie, and he said, look, there's no way this kid's going to miss this game. We're going to get him ibuprofened up or whatever we need to do. So, as far as I can tell, he's dressed. He's going to be ready to go. He's another one of those players, Coach, where it's a different game when he's out there. And if we had him mic'd up, we were talking about this last weekend, a couple of the videos, because Angie does obviously all the videos, and some of the times they turn the volume way up. And when you hear him run the man up, and Brody's not a kid that makes a lot of noise.
No. You see Brody around and you get a kind hello.
Yeah,
but,
yes, sir, no, sir.
He's not the one that you would say is the hype guy, that's for sure.
But when it comes to the X's and O's in that offensive zone, he's the one, Carter over here, Carter over there, and he's barking things that are really off-ball, misdirecting. He's a wily guy. He's very smart on the field. So we're, and now they're all grown up. They're mature. They know how to use that.
Right.
Then we get to number 24, Thomas, the pickpocket Huffines. Okay, the best pickpocket in the business, right? We talk about that all the time.
I would think he's got to be one of the best video game players in the world because the kid's hand-eye coordination is second to none. What he does with a 6-foot pole in his hand, how he finds a ball, whether it's on the ground, in the air, it's something like I've never seen. And,
right.
and I've said it to him year after year after year. His preciseness is what is so amazing about his game. He doesn't have to play the big body, the big check game, because he makes it up with a stick, and it's just amazing to watch.
The best pickpocket in the business, Thomas, the pickpocket Huffines, and we're going to see a lot of that this year. And the compliment of having him and Peanut, who have played together since they were in 5th grade, to have those two guys, the big, bad physical presence, the smarts of Thomas. Thomas is not quite the combination of speed but his field awareness and what he does with that stick is second to none in the state.
It's like fire and ice,
Exactly right.
It's a fantastic combination to have out there, and we've had the privilege of watching it for years, and it's great and amazing that this is culminating in their senior year already.
Well, that's exactly right. And we move down to number 33, my son, AJ Gugut Zarzaka, right? That's been his nickname since he was a little kid back in Pennsylvania, who I know they're listening tonight up in Schwenksville. The Welshes and the Hassases and folks up there, they know him as the Hammer, but the Hammer was a defensive guy. He was always the Hammer when he played defense. He had a little guy that would just plow through people. Now he had to learn a whole different game, and the transformation is now complete. He's in year 3. He has no recollection of ever playing defense.
The man is a chameleon, and the crazy thing is I will only ever really remember him as a defensive player, but you come out here and you sometimes have to hit yourself in the head and say, wait, that's AJ. Because you're looking for him in the other end of the field, and then you realize he's out there on the offensive end. He's still so responsibly defensively when he gets stuck out there, kind of running downfield.
Yeah.
But what a change the kid made, and what a testament to him doing that at the point in his career where he did. And he's just settled in so nicely as part of the leadership of this team.
Couldn't be prouder. One of our senior captains, and he's really embraced it. He's dedicated, every day, almost every single day at some point. He's been on this field shooting. A big influence from Jack Kelly, who I know is listening tonight. A big influence from Tom. When Tom and Jack sat together, when Jack was here, hey, what about this kid on offense? And I remember the joke was always Tom said, "You call his dad and ask him." Okay, And of course I said, "I don't care what you do with him as long as he's happy and he's playing. Figure it out." I don't even know where to start with that. And Tom Harris, after he knows our boys, they tore him down. And him and Jack systematically rebuilt him into an offensive player. And now we have poles falling off of trees. Back then it hurt a little bit because we needed the pole.
Right.
But just a testament to the vision of the coaching staff. And we're going to get to that in just a minute as well as we move through our pregame show. And then we get to Carter, Cash Money, Gregory. All right, so we have G Money and we have Cash Money. Because when Carter gets that thing out in front of the net, and if he sees a crease, he's cashing in. That's all there is to it.
I think that the term sniper is probably overused in a lot of sports. And
I was going to go there,
but this kid, the way he picks corners, at the scrimmage last weekend, I mean, you can argue it's a scrimmage, what have you. I mean, just watching him shoot on goal, it was like he was just dictating where everything was going. At
times it wasn't fair to watch.
I mean, you feel that way. And he's so fast with his feet. He creates the opportunity for himself. It's not like he just stands there and waits for it.
That's right.
It's amazing how he moves and how fast he moves.
Yeah, he's so quick, and he gets that shoulder. Sometimes when he turns, and he's got those little pins for ankles. And sometimes he turns and he rolls over and his elbow's almost touching the ground because he's leaning so hard. And then he finds a place, rips it, and next thing you know, the twine's moving, and nobody even saw it, including the goalie. So we're looking for a big year from Carter. And that's our senior class. You've got
we have Costa.
Where's Kamikaze Costa on my thing here?
Number 8.
Oh, I missed him up there.
You missed him.
Caden Costa, I had him circled. Oh, for God's sake, my goodness gracious. All right, well, it's not complete without Kamikaze Costa. And I would say, obviously, the Kamikaze name we coined last year, because if he gets it out in front of the net.
Watch out.
Watch out. I mean, he is an absolute wrecking ball through the middle. He can take the slashes. He can do anything. He's a big body. He's worked really hard on his speed. He's been out here shooting with AJ and Carter and the boys in the offseason to really get the shot mechanics down.
Tony, I'll tell you this. I think, and I feel like I can say this with confidence, and this isn't to shortchange anybody, I think he's the hardest worker on this team.
We are dead together on that.
I talk to Caden a lot, and I know what he's doing behind the scenes. That kid bleeds blue for this team. It was very fitting that he was made one of the captains this year.
Yeah,
because I think his work ethic needs to project onto this whole team. It's just real amazing what he brings to this team, and I would definitely say that he is also the hype guy.
He is the emotional spark plug of this engine.
When you hear these guys come out of a tunnel or come out for a warm up, Caden's voice is the loudest one out there.
Always.
It's great to hear.
Never a question. Caden Costa, absolutely the hardest worker, deserving of that captaincy. They kind of knew the three because they had last year when you talk about Peanut, Carter, and AJ.
Right.
And those three guys bring an interesting combination. One represents defense. You have one midfielder, one attack. They're all seniors. They all really, they all really contribute. And it was really their voice and the team's voice that elevated Caden. And he was honored. Everything about that selection worked, and he is not disappointed. He is a leader. He is hard. If he's guilty of anything, he's just too hard on himself.
You're 100%. I often have to tell him, dude, take a breath.
Take a breath.
Just take a breath.
It's okay. You're going to get another shot.
Exactly, because he just has everything of himself into the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like we have captains meeting here in the middle of the field.
We got captains. We got 8:59 to game time, Coach. This is fun. We're going through this. We got a long season ahead of us. We're going to travel to Florida. Real quick, just thanks to the administration here at Oceanside, Christina Brown, Mark Meyer, Brooks Barano is kind of our athletic department liaison. The training staff, Savannah Metz, is keeping our boys healthy and watching over them. Again, big shout to Christina and Mark for all their efforts to keep this athletic program cooking. All the volunteers. So obviously us, Angie Gregory, the booster club.
And as you're giving those thanks, Tone, I've also put our sponsors up on the screen. We couldn't have this season without them, and we are so thankful.
Yes, sir.
For what they contribute to our program.
And we're going to be shouting that out. I don't know that I can see them all, but we've got obviously Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, my shameless plug. Bowline. I can't remember what Charleston is. Axes, McDonald's. We're going to need a bigger thing. I see Matzo Deli on there, Coastal.
We'll be better prepared as each game comes, but we had quite a few technical issues getting up and running.
We absolutely did.
We're just happy to be broadcasting at this point.
We are, and it's an honor and a privilege to do it for our kids and chronicle their senior season. We all hope this is going to end where it needs to end. And then, the other thing I wanted to say there when you mentioned that was, there's so many people that help out here. Melissa Heineman, your beautiful wife, Marina, to make sure this all goes. I mean, I saw so many parents, and I feel bad because I don't know them all because our team's so big. They're helping out. They're hanging flags. They're hanging banners. They think this is the first year that the kids came out here and they didn't have to do chores on game day. All
Right.
they did was lock in and get ready to play the game of their life. This means the world to them. Like I said, I liken this to the Daytona 500. The biggest event we play will be tonight. And it'll feel that way almost every week. We've got some big teams coming in here. We're starting this. Think about this, Chris. All the years we've been doing this and watching our boys, and 2 years doing this. We're starting the season with Lucy Beckham. We're ending with IMG.
We've never played a cake schedule, but this one is something for the books.
Yeah, 16 games, maximum allowable by the state.
I tell my son, I'm like, your goal is to get through this season.
Yeah,
I mean, just with some of the firepower we are going to be challenged by. But you know what? Iron sharpens iron, as they say.
That's right. That's Mark Meyer's favorite saying.
The way to test your team and the way to test your program is to play top talent. And I'm glad that our coaching staff and everybody involved really seeks to get these kids challenged with some strong opponents.
Well, I think, look, you and I could talk about this all night, but you know what? We're 6 minutes from go time. So I think what we ought to do is let me read these sponsors off now that Angie has made them legible to me, because Angie Gregory never disappoints here. And she really helps us out. We couldn't do what we do without her. And her husband, Chris, who does everything he's told to do, right?
Plus.
She's laughing.
Plus.
All right, plus. So we've got Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. We've got Bowline Wealth Management. We've got Charleston Design Center. We've got Axis Endurance Coaching. We've got Thomas Supply. We've got McDonald's. I'm loving it. Charleston Elite Lacrosse. We've got SGKA Investments. We've got Jersey Mike's, Matzo. I guess that's the food side of it. We've got Jersey Mike's, Matzo, Coastal Millwork and Supply, Longshore Marine and Boats, Saltwater Rides, Fast Trans Intermodal, Lolax Lacrosse, Beacon Community Bank, Acme, Playa Bowls. And we've got some other things, the Hollingsworth family, the Craybill family, the Funk family. I can't wait to call his name because I've already nicknamed him the Parliament Funkadelic.
Well, I was going to say, when you have the last name Funk, you don't need a nickname,
yeah, he's
right?
Grand Funk Railroad.
Right.
I got a million things. I hope he gets into the game.
Right.
Right.
The thing is, he knows nothing about what you're saying.
No, he doesn't. He's too young, but that doesn't matter. Our listening audience is all parents and grandparents.
This is true.
So I feel really good about it. So, when he gets on here comes the Grand Funk Railroad. I mean, it's going to be great. The Harrison family, Mark and Melissa Heinman, Hollingsworth, the Johnsons, the Long, and the Rose Box. So feel really great about that. I'm going to add to that our friends at Pinnacle Financial Partners, who all of this construction couldn't be possible because they helped us float the bonds for this to finance it all. And our school account and everything is over there at Pinnacle Financial Partners right here in Mount Pleasant. They're a big bank, but they're out of Tennessee. But here in the Low Country, they really give us personal service. So I don't know if Karina Garrison's listening tonight, but really appreciate your team over there. Pinnacle Charter School Academy, all good for what we need. And there is the horn.
And I will say, Tony, this is the largest list of sponsors that we've ever had.
Never
better.
better.
Just amazing. And, again, a testament to the growth in this team, the growth in lacrosse in this area. We are going to probably get to the national anthem here, so stand by.
Yeah, so let's take a break. Let's do national anthem, and they're going to do some player introductions, and then we'll be back at it. Thank you.
Number 4, Braden Elmeyer. Number 6, Grant Gallo. Number 7, Nolan Elwood. Number 10, Charlie Abram. Number 13, Colton Bennett. Number 15, Logan Humphrey. Number 19, Brooks Leland. And number 40, Brendan Dick. In goal, number 1, Luke Fredericks. Lucy Beckham is coached by Mr. Jason Jeffries. And now the starting lineup for your Oceanside Land Sharks. Number 4, Ian Long. Number 7, Cole Bradford. Number 9, MJ Zinzo. Number 10, Gavin Harrison. Number 11, CJ Johnson. Number 13, Alex Seaton. Number 20, Reese Meredith. Number 55, Carter Gregory. And number 77, Titus Gilliam. In goal for the Land Sharks, number 1, Anderson Jones. The Land Sharks are coached by Mr. Tom Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, here we go. Let's get it on. Right after the anthem, all the anticipation is over. Welcome, audience listening in or just tuning in. I am Tony Zarzaka along with my partner, Chris Harrison, the coach, Angie Gregory to my left on the camera. A wonderful crowd here at the Reef at Oceanside Collegiate Academy on a wonderful night. The no-see-ums have gone away because the temperature dropped.
And it was one of the most beautiful sunsets we've had in a few weeks. Not that they're not all beautiful, but tonight was awesome.
Thanks to our administration, we chopped down all those trees to build a building, and we have magnificent sunset. It doesn't get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed the pregame show, this is Oceanside Collegiate Academy and their crosstown rival, three-time defending state champions, Lucy Beckham High School. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And this is what we've got. This team has snubbed us in overtime. They have blown us out. We have lost one-goal games. We have done everything we could do to not beat this team, and all indications are that ends tonight, Coach.
Tony, the boys are up. They're ready to go. It's serendipity that this is the first game on the schedule. That's all I can say.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The goalies with their ceremonial handshake and our man G Money to the cage. The defenders heading back down to the net. Andy Jones, one of the up-and-comers, young guy, 5'10", 175-pound defenseman. Reese Meredith gets the start tonight at defense. And Reese, you talk about a young guy that could step up. Wow. What a powerful young man.
It's easy to step up when you're 6'5".
Yeah, when you're 6'5", it's easy. So I got Bear Hankins right in front of me, number 2, traditional black cleats, no socks. And, his style is unmistakable. His buddy, Alex Seaton across the way. And our new man, Cole the Clamp, he sort of missed that one, but he's been a very reliable Fogo through the preseason, and we are off and running. Bear Hankins with his traditional trot down the field. He gets the touch, and he's out. Remember, folks, that we are parents. We are a couple of volunteer hacks, and we will not get all the names right. We're doing our best. We have our rosters. By the end of the game, we'll be better than the first starting minutes. So, with that, we've got Will Hagberg, our boy Will, from all of our Loggerheads days. And he goes and puts one high on Gavin, and Beckham's up 1-0. Will goes around, uncontested, one-on-one with Gavin, and Gavin just got down a little low. Will put it at the top shelf, and just like that, at 11:23, we're down 1-0 at the Reef here, folks. Everybody's got to settle down, Coach.
Will did a nice job of getting a step on his defender there, kind of stuttered him back at X, and when he realized he had some space, he went ahead and took advantage of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I got Jackson Hyman standing in front of us on the match with Bear. Probably Peanut on the other side. Cole the Clamp out there trying to get the face off, and not a real big drop at Fogo for them, even though they graduated, the best Fogo in the state last year. A good fight for it. Cole's not going to let it go easy. Seaton's on it. Who's going to come up with it? Beckham's in their green jerseys. Oceanside in their traditional home whites. Big fight over on the sideline there. Jackson Hyman comes up with it. It looks like he's going to start at the top, and A.J. Zarzak is going to check into the game here, and they're going to start to run our offense getting out of the gate. So we've got number 33. Carter Gregory, 77, checks in.
55.
55. Titus Gilliam's number 77. I'm sorry, Carter wore 77 last week at the scrimmage. AJ's got it at the top of the box. Back out to Titus Gilliam, Titus the Trigger, I like to call him, because he's going to fire away. We've got Jackson Hyman running around the side there. He puts it out of bounds, and Oceanside's going to turn it over.
Probably a little early game nerves there, Tony. Just high pass. Little adrenaline flowing. Guys need to settle into the game here.
Yeah, we've got a new ride that we're taking we're taking a new ride for a ride. All right. So we've got Beckham running up the sideline. Seaton meets him and the ball comes loose. Seaton picks it loose, and there's Peanut, and he feeds it inside to Carter. Carter's got to fight to come up with it.
Beautiful ground ball pickup there by Gregory, and what a poke check by Peanut Seaton there at the midfield area.
Absolutely, and that's MJ Zanone, MJ Magic Zanone down at the bottom. He rolls it out to number 4, Ian Long, a freshman, this Ian Long, and what participation he's had. I mean, what he brings to the attack. Shifty, fast. Pretty sure he's left-handed.
We've got some freshmen really stepping up this year.
AJ makes the dodge. He gets around Bear. He gets by Bear. He looks for the feed, draws the slide, wheels it around, and they're going to reset. Carter Gregory he stops on a dime, loses it, picks it back up, got his pocket picked. Kamikaze Costa's rolling down the field. Number 19's in on that. Here we go, tic-tac-toe, and it's 2-0. That is going in from Nolan Elwood, one of the big junior attackmen. The strength of this Beckham team is their attack. They've got those 3 juniors back there. They've been playing together forever. They're best friends. They know where they're at. So all of a sudden, Oceanside, our beloved Land Sharks, have found themselves in a 2-0 hole.
Yeah, Brooks Leland with a great pickup there after the check on Gregory, and used his wheels to get the ball downfield in transition quickly, and Beckham strikes 2 goals early here in the game.
Yeah, so we're down 2, down an unfamiliar spot against this team. Cole's giving him a good ride, and he loses a 3rd straight, but yet we come up with it, and that's going to be Silas Gillum. Titus the Trigger's running. He gets undressed at the line. That's going back in. And then bang, a bang-bang play by MJ Zanone. Or is that not MJ? That's Cole Bradford.
No, that's MJ.
Oh, is it MJ? It's number 7 here. No,
it was 9. That's,
was it 9?
That's MJ doing MJ things.
All right, that's MJ doing MJ things. MJ Magic. MJ Zanone, MJ Magic Zanone. So we feel real good about that. We feel real good about that. So a 2-1 game, 9:13 left in the first quarter. As you can tell, Chris and I, the coach, we're knocking off some rust here too. The name's got to come. The tongue gets a little tied here and there. You haven't done this for a year. And here we go. Cole the Clamp. Ball's batted around. That's Cole. He's still chasing after it. He's going to come up with it. That's a determined kid, and he's a really good Fogo.
Cole put a big shoulder
feeds
into
it up top
somebody there.
Ian Long, the freshman. He feeds it over to Carter Gregory, and Carter gets denied. Carter picks it up. I think it's Carter, or that's
MJ.
That's MJ. MJ's got it. He's going to settle. Drops it down to Titus the Trigger. AJ's checked into the game. Here comes Jackson Hyman. They're setting up the offense. You got to like the recovery here, Coach. I mean, these guys just hustle.
And it's interesting, Tony, that most of the goals so far are opportunistic goals. They're coming off transition. They're coming off turnovers. No one's really settled their offense yet.
Oh, it's a great save in front. And I'll tell you, their goaltender, Luke Fredericks, I mean, you follow a guy like Ryan Weiss, and you wait your turn. This kid has, according his coach is pretty high on him, and he's a sophomore.
Again, big shoes to fill there, too, right?
But our Oceanside Landsharks got it back. Carter's going to work, so no turnover. We stay in the zone, and we settle it down. 8 minutes to play in the first. Carter's surveying from behind. He's got Logan Humphrey stalking him. Brings it out. Carter still has it. Feeds it back behind the net to AJ. No, that's number 4.
That's Ian.
That's Ian Long. Ian puts it home.
The freshman.
The freshman with his first collegiate goal, Ian Long, 5'7", 150-pound attack, making instant contributions. And I had a whole thing because I had some time to sit down with Tom Harris and talk about some of these guys. We'll hit it at halftime, timeouts, things like that. We'll share some of that. So we really feel good about that. Ian Long with his first high school goal, varsity. He's got to be on top of the world. So we're in the face-off circle. Cole the Clamp, and I'm staring at Liam Rosebach staring at me here now, over here on the wing. See, we've got a lot of lines to roll here, and really a luxury we've never had. Okay, Cole loses the face-off, but there's another opportunistic bounce. It's still loose. Elliot Mack can't come up with it. Finally, he does. They're on the sideline. And that's going to be Oceanside ball. The press from our defense in the wings to ball hawk this, Chris, you got to be impressed early on, especially down 2 goals.
I'm going to be honest, Tony, I missed it. We're dealing with some technical issues, but
that's all right.
I'll take your word for it.
Take my word for it. Get the technical things straightened out. So Titus the Trigger, he kind of goes in, gets the touch, rolls it over to AJ. AJ's got Kamikaze Costa with his first run in from the side. Makes the dodge, can't quite get what he sees, so he's going to survey. He's going to push it back behind the net. And that's back there. Ian Long, again, the freshman, he's getting rewarded with more time. MJ rattling around. Back to Ian, back to AJ. AJ makes the dodge to his left, finds some room. And he makes the save. AJ with a good take.
It was a beautiful dodge, Tony.
It was
beautiful
a good dodge. He went left, he went right, he got the shot, and
nice save by Fredericks.
Look, Luke Fredericks, you can't throw it at him. Okay. Okay. You just can't do that. There's an errant pass that goes out, and that's going to be a turnover for the Bengals. That's going to be Oceanside ball. Titus Gilliam, Titus the Trigger man's going to come over here. He's going to inbound the ball from the alley out to AJ. The big line is still out there because the opportunistic turnovers. Look, it's a 2-2 game, and we were down 2 quick, and then we got 2 back. Titus looking. He bounces one off the defense. Number 8, Owen Newman, gobbles that up.
Yeah, good use of his stick there, blocking that shot down.
Another Sweet Lax Carolina Loggerheads player. Bear Hankins comes rolling down the field with it. So far uncontested. A feed inside to number 13. That was Colton Bennett taking the shot. He rolls it out of bounds. They turned. No, they didn't turn it over.
Number 10 with a kick save there on that shot.
G got a foot on it. So we've got Andy Jones hawking out here on the wing. They roll it up top. They've made a change. Here comes one of the Coombs boys, I think. Or no, Kane Pritchett's number 9. Here we go. Waiting.
Beckham moving real quick behind X, Tony. They're really making a lot happen from back there.
A lot of speed back there. Yeah, you're right. Okay, the defense is kind of settling in. Nolan Elwood doesn't like it. A little bobble there by Kane Pritchett at the top on the player's side.
For everyone at home, 5:30 left. A quick first quarter ticking on by here.
Right, and there's Sawyer Arnold denies him. Sawyer Arnold, the big defensive end off our football team. He's, and I'm sorry, folks, we're having trouble. I hope the audio's carrying because the feed is having a little bit of trouble with some wires and whatnot. We've got a few things that we're working out here. It's back. We're back up. Ball's behind the net, rolling it out to the front, up top. And that's Sawyer Arnold, big Sawyer, the Saw Man Arnold. He's going to be, and then G with a monster save. What a monster save by Gavin Harrison between the pipes, point blank range, and he takes Pritchett and denies him. I'm pretty sure that was him, either that or Wyatt Coombs. I couldn't tell.
There's Peanut Seaton moving quickly.
Peanut Seaton moving up. He's pushing the ball forward. That's Jackson Hyman on an island. He coughs up the ball. He turns it over to Braden Elmer. And just like that, we're on our heels coming back the other way. And C.J. Johnson's over there. He puts the stop to it. And the Land Sharks defense, the Lucy Beckham Bengals, I'm out of breath already, Coach.
Well, Tony, you mentioned pregame that Beckham's coaching staff talked about their speed, and you're seeing that here pretty quickly. They're moving with a lot of pace in the offensive end. This is the first time I've seen them kind of slow things down a bit this game.
Yeah.
So teams, I think, maybe trying to finally settle in here a bit and, maybe catch their breath like you.
You're right. That's exactly right. So we got Sawyer Arnold out there. Like I said, the big all-state, all-world defender from our football team. Has come over. He's got a short stick D-mid, and he's really done a good job there. And he's got great feet under him. And let me tell you, you don't want to be hit by him. Big guy. Yeah, obviously Peanut Seaton. So, the lumber is on the field. It looks like we got number 11. CJ's out there, and we're boxing it up. Reese Meredith, number 20, is an absolute giant. Young guy coming on strong. So you got Nolan Elwood. He handed it off to Brendan Dick. Brendan Dick's got it in the alley. He pops it up to Will Hagberg. We know everything there is to know about Will. The guy sits out a year. He comes back. Looks like he got better. Will turns it around. He's denied by Peanut. Again, two guys that know each other very, very well. Up at the top. Surveying. Liam. Ball's rolling around. Folks, again, we're still dealing with some technical things on the Zoom and whatnot. There's a very complicated setup to this, so I'm just going to keep guiding you through it. There's number 10, and Gavin Harrison. Oh, my God. Gavin puts a leg on it. He denies the goal. Point-blank range for a second time. These Bengals can't get it home, and they had every opportunity of a scoring chance. Gavin Harrison, just a monster in net. Okay, the long feed down, turns it over at the other end, so that's not great. That's Grant Gallo. Your long stick midi of the year for South Carolina. Boy we know well, love his parents, love the family. Good, solid Clemson people. He's surveying, and he's, a real offensive asset. They call him a long stick midi, but, he could just, and there's a steal. Carter Gregory, he turns on the Jets. Carter gets in. He feeds it down to point-blank range, and there's the goal. MJ Magic Zanone puts it in the net, and the Land Sharks, just like that, Coach, we are up 3-2 with 1:49 to play.
Another one of those opportunistic goals, Tony, and glad to see that Oceanside's taking advantage of them when they present themselves.
These kids are ball hawking, and every ball is theirs. You can't help but be impressed with the effort. And, that's one of the things Tom talks about with this team. This team, one of their descriptive words is effort. They are just coming after it, and we're rolling the lines. We've been standing here for all the face-offs, and we've had a different number at the wing standing in front of us every single time.
Oh, and Kimker, another freshman coming in on the wing. You got to love when Coach trusts his freshmen to get him out there in the middle of a tight game.
This freshman class, he loves them. He loves them. Now, there's going to be a turnover there for some sort of illegal procedure, nonsensical, whatever just happened. Okay, and Beckham's going to set it up again, and you had your back to it, but your boy in the pipes. My goodness, the two saves that he denied them at point-blank range.
It's probably better when I don't watch.
Yeah, so, if you want to turn around and just go by what I'm telling you, if that's what it takes, we're going to have to get next to Sawyer Arnold behind the net, off to the player's side. Can't see exactly who that is. The green jerseys with the white numbers don't show that great. There's number 7. That's Nolan Elwood. He is a dangerous player. He surveys around. He's got Reese Meredith stalking him. Back up here.
I will say Oceanside's defense looks a bit more settled in, Tony. I feel like they were gripping the sticks early.
Yeah.
The shoulders look a little more relaxed now. They look like they're finding their spots on the field, and that's good because this defensive unit is strong.
It is strong, and there's Owen. These guys are young guys, and there's a pick. There's a pick. That's I think it was Peanut picked it.
20 on the ground ball there.
20 on the ground ball. That's Reese Meredith, and they're still
fighting.
They're still fighting for it. Nobody's got possession. Okay, Alex Seaton, he's getting hacked at. He just got tomahawked in the helmet 3 times.
There's the flag.
And there's the flag. Laundry on the field brought to you by Tide.
The ref was reaching for it. I think he made 2 or 3 reaches. They're just getting the dust knocked off like we all are. So tough call there. Obviously, Beckham being aggressive, trying to get the turnover, and they just caught Peanut up high. So let's see how Oceanside can do here on their first man-up opportunity.
Yeah, so we're going to get man up here, and it looks like we're going to put some power players in there. We've got NJ Magic Zanoni in there, Carter Cash Money, Jackson Hyman is in there. AJ is going to roll back here. He's going to grab the ball. So you've got Jackson, AJ, Carter, MJ,
Ian Long, freshman back behind.
He's riding high, and Titus the trigger man on the lefty over here. So we got 2 lefties in the game. That's a luxury we haven't had forever. All right, over to Titus. They're gonna be patient with this now. They're gonna look for their shots, wait for the slide, and there's the quarter. So we're gonna start the next quarter, man up. So mission accomplished there. We've got some time left on the penalty. Well, Coach, we're playing Lucy Beckham. It's the end of the first quarter, and we're up 3-2. And from down 2-0.
Would you expect anything else, Tony? I mean,
it's
going to be a close game.
It's going to be a close game, hammer and tong. This crew is something, but I got to say, just from some analysis, I had a chance to sit down with Tom, and I said to him, the question was, every team has an identity. Coach, who is this team? And his answer was, their identity, in a word, is trust. They trust each other, and they trust him. Okay? And I thought that was pretty good. They built the trust. It took a long time. Tom has been kind of the North Star here because he's had 3 coaching changes in the last 4 years. Jack was here. Jack's not here. Joey was going to coach. Now, Joey Boylston, all-world Oceanside alum, is on the sidelines for game day. And considered to be on the staff. But, he's not here every day for practice. So we're going to talk to Joey a little bit later. He's going to make some time for us. So that trust word, they're trusting the freshmen. They are trusting the underclassmen. They are trusting the seniors. The seniors are trusting the freshmen. The coaches are trusting the seniors to trust the freshmen. And around it goes.
It goes back to how you opened the game, Tony, when you were talking about the fact of how the 22s just had so much trust in this 25 class that's now seniors. I think those seniors are paying that trust forward. They've seen these 2028s come in, and they've been putting in the work. And that's obvious when you see some of them out here in the starting lineup really contributing to what's going on the field. 2, when you've got a bigger crew of guys out there. And I think the way Coach looks at this, it's a lesson for all these boys out there, and they have nowhere to go but up as they work hard together and grow together.
Yes, sir. So we've got Peanut Seaton right in front of us. And again, folks, the audio, the video feed, we've got some issues with our high mass camera. That's what's going on over there. Dion Welch is doing everything he can do to get this straightened out for us. As the boys face it off, there is no possession, and they're going to point it toward Beckham's ball. It would appear as Bear Hankins comes out, scoops it up.
Beckham's going to work here to kill the rest of this man down.
And there's Peanut and Bear, 2 boys that have been practicing together against one another for since they were in 5th grade, maybe earlier. So they know each other very well. Will Hagberg, number 35 for the Bengals, up here at the top. He looks over to the bench to Coach JJ over there. And gets the sign. He's got Sawyer Arnold, the big all-world defensive football player, dual sport athlete. We got a lot of those. I think we have 11 football players on this team, Coach.
Things are evened up here now, Tone, yep. So we'll expect to see Beckham moving the ball here quicker.
Yeah, they've killed it off. So we're back up top here. We're going to make a move. looking, and I'll tell you, that was some pretty good defense there. That was some pretty good defense there.
Yeah, that was Silas, one of the brothers.
Yeah, he's the younger of the two. He's a sophomore. All right, back out. Will Hagberg misses the pass, and Beckham turns it over.
And he would have had a red welcome mat rolled out to goal there. There was
really
nobody
would've.
in front of him. So fortunate that pass was errant. Oceanside's going to be bringing it in here on the near sideline. And again, we apologize for our video feed here. We're having some tower issues. We're going to get all that cleared up as things go on.
Now, this is our first real clear attempt here. So Thomas Huffines, that's Thomas, right? 24.
That's Thomas.
Thomas, who's been battling a knee injury. He was in a boot earlier this week. But nobody's going to miss this Beckham game. Number 4, Ian Long. Doesn't get home on it. He had it at point-blank range, Coach.
What a save by Fredericks. He kind of sat on that ball. He actually reached behind him, and I think just kept it from crossing over that goal line.
He did. There's a big dive by MJ at the line. That's the kind of effort where we just saw MJ lay out. That's a little bit new to us.
Yeah, I like to say no easy clears, and certainly MJ did that right there when you see the hustle he put in and running literally all the way to midfield, chasing that down.
Yeah, Connor Simmons is waiting for Bear Hankins to get on. Back to Connor Simmons at the top of the restraining box. Okay, Beckham's making their change. They get Will Hagberg out there. So here comes Will Hagberg, all 6 foot forever of him. There's going to be a penalty on Oceanside. That's going to be a hack on Will Hagberg,
And that's a little bit of what was happening at midfield before, just a little thunk on the helmet.
Yeah.
Nothing malicious, just like with Beckham's penalty before, and they're going to get a man-up advantage here and attempt to move the ball quickly and for a goal.
Yeah, so we're still sitting at 3-2, 9:32 to play, left in the second quarter. Tremendous pace here, not a lot of stoppages other than for us trying to work our camera here. What do you got there, Dion? 30 seconds of lost footage. We're back. All right, 30 seconds of lost footage. Great appearance for us from the Oceanside Sports Network, and bails us out technically. Bear Hankins top of the restraining box. They are man up, so this is their power play, and we'll see how it goes. Oceanside is boxed down. A great save. Gavin Harrison for his 3rd monster save at point-blank range. So he's really settled in after those first 2 goals, bang, bang. And there is a misstep. It's a foot race, and Peanut Seaton outruns Bear Hankins. You don't say that often. Okay, and Peanut gets it in, and here we are killing off the penalty. Carter Gregory in charge. He's looking to cash in. He makes a move. He's pushing it back upfield, rolls it around to MJ. MJ's at X. We lost the feed again, folks. Sorry.
We're up.
We're back up and running. MJ's got it at X. Carter Gregory out to AJ. And no harm, no foul there, Coach. We killed off the penalty. Everything's all even. We got legs coming on the field. That looks like Ian Long trucking out there, but I could be wrong.
Those are things that are going to build up the confidence here, Tony, too. When you go man down and you look strong out there and get the ball in your own end and kill it, that really builds up the confidence as you go through the game.
Jackson Hyman, another kid. Jackson's a junior, and he's a guy. Carter going to make a drive here. And then the shot's knocked down. Loose ball.
Still loose.
Still fighting for it. Who's going to come up with it? Got to be Blue. Bear comes out of it. Bear Hankins pops out of there with it. He gets wheels turning. AJ's matching feet with him. And they're trucking down. We lost the feed again, Dion. And it's back. Folks, I promise at halftime in 7 minutes we'll tear this whole thing apart and put it back together. This is one of them things. You miss one step, you get something in out of order, and you got something not good. Not in a good way.
Yeah, these cables take a beating through the years.
They really do. So we've got so
number 11, Wyatt Coombs.
I was looking at our guy, number 12, that's Silas Gillum with the blue shoes out there. AJ running with Wyatt.
Oh, what a beautiful.
and that's Andy Jones. Andy makes a nice
And he ran
move.
into a gauntlet.
He ran into a gauntlet, and he draws the flag, Coach. I mean, I think, look, these teams are like two boxers walking around the ring, just kind of jabbing at one another.
Yeah, for him to hold on to the ball through that was pretty outstanding.
Yep.
And gave the refs enough time to make that call. I actually think Oceanside may have also called a timeout.
I think it would appear so.
So I guess they're going to keep the timeout. Looks that way. Tom Harris might be asking, do I get my timeout back? But I don't think so. Tom having a spirited conversation with the referee. And Oceanside gets a moment here to think about their man-up offense.
Just got a text. Jack Kelly is watching his beloved Land Sharks. Now, Jack's working through a kind of an upstart lacrosse program out there in Tennessee somewhere, where he went with Beckham's old coach. Which
Correct.
I forget his name.
PJ. No.
No, it'll come to me. But anyway, great guy. I met with him a couple of times, and I'm sorry that the name just escapes me. But, yeah, so Jack and him went out there, and Jack is I believe he's a phys ed teacher, but a full-time lacrosse coach, and having a great time doing it, building a young program. So
I wouldn't want to be in his phys ed class.
No. Jack's like a specimen. So boys are coming back. And look, Coach, I'm going to embarrass you, but, I mean, Gavin Harrison is the difference between this being a 6-3 game and a 3-2 game.
I don't want to jinx it.
No, look, he's just doing what he's worked to do for many, many years, and that trust continues to build.
Exactly. He's made the saves he's had to make tonight so far, and that's what you ask of your goalies. So we want to minimize the defensive breakdowns as the game goes on.
All right, we get whistled in. We lose the feed as we whistle in. We're going to figure that out at halftime, folks, I promise. We ring one off the post. Oceanside ball. MJ's going to inbound it. Now, he's going to hand it off to the freshman, Ian Long. He's going to work it up. He's going to go up top to AJ. He's going to swing it over to Jackson Hyman. Jackson took a look, didn't. Yahtzee! Great job, Carter. Good feed. He saw it in traffic, and he buries it home at 6:29. What an absolute cash money Carter. Outstanding. Here, the teams will reset. Cole the clamp. He's had his hands full on that faceoff dot, but nonetheless, the absolute effort. He doesn't accept defeat. Just great. I mean, this guy, he laid it on 2 Division I commits last weekend and just owned them at the faceoff dot. So that's kind of talent we've got there. He pops that one out like it was his job, rolls it upfield, off to Carter. Carter took a look, pulled it back, and now he settles back in. Oceanside's going to change. Rolls it around to MJ, rolls it around to Ian, and this line appears lethal. Titus, the trigger man, just rolled in over on the player side, and you've got Jackson Hyman checking in. AJ's in the starting gate, and he's out on the field, and that big line is back out there, Coach.
So, Tony, I think I figured out every time I go mute to deal with something good happens for Oceanside. Right. So I'm just going to go mute, and you get the whole thing from now on.
All right, well, I'm going to need a break because oh, my God! MJ Zanone, we're sitting here shooting the breeze, and he's shooting the ball.
MJ doing MJ things.
MJ doing MJ things. MJ, Magic Zanone, stands out at 20 meters and buries a long shot. Wow. And that is going to put us at 5-2. Oceanside Land Sharks. What a night. Now, we have a monster crowd here. I mean, the fence is 3 deep from goal line to goal line. And what little bleachers we have are full. I mean, just a fantastic crowd out here watching lacrosse. And it is high-level lacrosse.
These crosstown rivalry games, to me, it's just one of the coolest parts of high school sports, and it's awesome to be part of this tonight.
What an electric environment. All right, there's a false start on Beckham. So Peanut's got the ball. He's rolling up. Here comes AJ back in. That line is going to – Coach Harris is going to keep pressing her, though. I see Kamikaze Costa checked in. AJ's looking for it.
Oh, he took one in the noggin.
My goodness, he gets tomahawked. AJ thinks he's hustling after the ball. He doesn't realize he drew the penalty.
That's all that matters. He played at a whistle, and that's what he did. Drove another nice dodge there, too, by the way, Tony.
Gagoots has got that figured out.
Took one in the hat, and we're going to have another man up.
All right, so it's going to be man up, and, he wants the goal so bad. I'll tell you what he told me after last week when we played Huff, right? So heavyweight team. We play Huff. He comes off, and he says, Dad, because he didn't have any goals, but he had 5 assists, and there was 9 goals in the game. And he said, Dad, if all I had to do was throw it to Jackson and throw it to Carter all year long, I trust these guys. They're going to bury him. There's that word again.
Well, I'll tell you this, Tony. When I used to coach these younger kids, I'd have a lot of them say, hey, my dad's paying me for goals. He's going to give me $1 or, $5. I said, you know what? I'd rather him pay you for the assist because that means you're being a team player out there. Obviously, we need the goal scorers, but the people setting them up are arguably even more important.
Yeah, we are back underway, and AJ's taking that role of point guard pretty seriously. He's dishing a lot of balls.
It's a good little rip by Carter on the right side there. Goalie followed it into his cross.
All right, Logan Humphrey. Is that Logan? 19. And there's the ball loose again. These guys just keep hustling after the ball. Now, there's an opportunistic pickup by Brendan Dick. Okay?
Nice job by Beckham to keep that ball alive. And
yeah, absolutely. He's got Andy Jones.
Believe they have the man down killed, so they'll be looking to move the ball around here and set up their offense.
Yeah, I don't see anybody kneeling.
Actually,
and there's a mistake. Will Hagberg turns the ball over on a routine pass from Bear Hankins. Will turns it over off the head of his stick. Just probably took his eye off it.
We've seen a few of those tonight, Tony, and I think part of that's just the nerves of a game like this. Part of it is, hey, this is the first game. There we go.
Costa turns it over, or not Costa, turns it over to Bear Hankins. So now you've got number 9, Owen Newman, a fellow we know very well.
9 is Kane Pritchett, actually.
Oh, 9's Kane Pritchett, right. 8 is Owen Newman. Sorry about that.
I was going to say, he's a little tall to be Owen.
Yeah, he's a little tall, and Owen's left-handed, I'm pretty sure. Or something, I think so. Anyway, all the way back to Pritchett.
Big pass.
In front. And what a defensive play. And the turnover we got there, Coach.
That was C.J. Johnson.
C.J., just what a great play.
That's the reason he got some state honors last year for his season. He is Johnny on the spot and making a great play there and saving a potential goal.
Long feed out to A.J. He outruns Kane Pritchett. Carter Gregory comes up with it. He's in traffic. Dishes it to MJ. MJ rolls around to X. Going to have to pop it out, and they're blowing it dead for something.
Timeout.
And Oceanside.
Tony, I'll tell you, that's a great timeout by Coach Harris. What looked like a bunch of passes out there were actually not passes. They were checks that could have been turnovers and were made to look like we were moving the ball around. So good job by Coach to calm things down here and give his team a breather.
Well, I'll go back to one of the other questions I asked Coach is, what makes this team special? And his words were, I think it's effort. If we out-hustle the other team, our earned talent will take us the rest of the way. And I think we've seen that in this first half.
I get it, and I can tell you that from what we saw in the preseason. I think this team spent more time running than any team my son's been part of.
Yeah, they're conditioned.
And I think that was Harris saying, hustle needs to be a big part of what we're going to put on the field this season. And obviously, I don't think the guys love it as they're going through it, but it starts to pay dividends out here on the field, especially as we get further into this game and these guys still have gas in the tank.
Yeah. No, I absolutely think so. Real quick note away from this game, it is youth night here at the Reef. It's a festive environment. The Lucy Beckham faithful, and Newmans are standing right in front of me. The Lucy Beckham faithful have come out in droves. The OCA Landshark faithful have come out in droves. This crosstown rivalry never disappoints. Fantastic people just a great lacrosse environment.
We got a lot of youth here in their jerseys representing their squads, be it rec teams, travel teams.
Lot of kids,
great to see.
And you can't discount what Lolax and the Loggerheads program mean to youth lacrosse in this town. Tom Harris, Jeff Mayer, that whole crew over there, they work a lot. I mean, they had 300 participants in the youth league last year.
And my son's part of that league as a coach, and I have to tell you, next to being out here playing lacrosse for Oceanside, it's probably his second favorite thing to do. He just loves working with these young kids. He loves working with the parents, and it's really a great thing what they're doing. And obviously, we're all thankful for it because it gave our kids an opportunity when they moved here.
Oh
what
my
a
goodness.
Goal.
So AJ to Carter Gregory, Gagooch to Cash Money, goes in the net. 6-2, Oceanside Landsharks at the 3-minute mark. We're going to say that probably 150 times this year. AJ to Carter. AJ, and again, he's thrilled to have the assist.
We'll take it.
It was just a good dodge. Gets the slide, finds Carter Gregory, and after the slide, if Carter's your open guy, other team's got a problem.
Carter is very good at settling himself in little holes on the field, and MJ probably just as astute at it, and that's why you see these guys ripping these wonderful shots on goal.
Cole the Clamp fighting for it. They're down on all. They're laying down. The ball fires out.
The high kick.
Peanut Seaton. He's thinking goal. All out. All Peanut was thinking was pole goal.
And great shot by Peanut there because he knew MJ had it backed up. So no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Oceanside brings their offense out here, and hopefully we'll put another one on the board.
So we've got MJ, we've got Carter, we've got Kamikaze Costa, we have Hyman and the Trigger. Titus Gillum's out there.
Looks like Costa's in his office there, Tony.
Costa is in his. It's not a name we've called a lot. He's much more disciplined this year, which is not doing well for the because when he's committed to go to the cage. There's Carter. Oh, he just missed it. Carter with his kind of patented where he comes around from X and he just plants that left foot and twists his body and uncurls.
So hard to defend because his speed just gives him enough space to get his body just turned to that goal.
Yeah, it's a blind shot.
It's amazing. And he's so used to it, he just knows where that ball's going every time.
All right, that ball is out. That's going to be a Beckham turnover. Here comes Bear Hankins. He's going to inbound the ball. He comes over, gives a wink to his mother. He's staring down at Carter and MJ. The Bengals are going to pitch it back to the goalie, so Luke Frederick's going to kind of dish it out. There's Bear Hankins in traffic. He coughs up the
that's
something else on the field.
Might be a mouthpiece.
It looked like a mouthpiece or somebody lost their dentures if it was an old hockey game. Oh!
Wow.
That was a turnaround rip and just wide of the net. G's on the ground.
Not sure if G got a piece of that or if it was wide. And
he might have.
He certainly made a
Okay, this looks like an issue. Oh, that's a wide shot. Good for Reese Meredith cutting down the angle. He didn't give him a lot of room to shoot between what G had covered in the net and what Reese gave him. I mean, he made the most of the shot. That was Wyatt Coombs, right? Number 11? So there's Dick out there. Yeah, number 11, Wyatt Coombs. Dan and Anna, his parents, wonderful, wonderful people. All right, Bear's behind the net. Connor Simmons makes the pick for him. Bear rolls around, does that thing where he almost walks. This is a problem.
Oof, what a pass.
Bear with an amazing pass to Nolan Elwood, and, G didn't stand a chance there, Coach.
No, he was going basically from right post to left post. That's a big move to make.
That's a big move to make.
We need our defense locking off that backside, and sometimes we wander around a little bit, but that'll be discussed at half.
That'll be discussed at the half, and so it's all good. 6-3.
Minute 17.
A minute 17 to go. I think you've got this Beckham team in an unfamiliar place, and it might be a little.
I don't know how much of a lead is safe here, that's for sure.
Well, I don't think there's any lead that's safe for the team that's talented.
Foot on the gas.
But I do think as long as we keep it all gas, no break, this team will remain unsettled. Because, you got to believe, again, we know these kids.
And we're having a referee conference here at midfield.
All right, a caucus.
A caucus, as we say.
A caucus.
It almost looks like he's pointing at the mouthpiece, saying
somebody's playing without one because there's one on the turf.
Right. All right. Looks like maybe the mouthpiece had nothing to do with it. And things are back to where they were going in the first place.
All right, it's Beckham's ball. And that's Owen Newman with the ball. He's going to dish it off. Bear Hankins going to pick it up. He's going to roll it in. Wyatt Coombs to his left. You got to believe Will Hagler. Now there's a timeout.
All right.
It's official timeout.
Official timeout.
So the officials had a caucus with themselves, and now they would like to have a brief.
I think Bear wants to know something about something out there.
I don't know. All right. Hands up. Clock's at 1:15, folks. 6-3, Oceanside Collegiate Academy. Here we go. Here we go. Wyatt Coombs going to bring it up. He turns on the Jets. A lot of speed. Wyatt is fast. Coombs boys are just a family of ridiculous athletes. There's a lot of effort.
Got a few Supermans out there.
Yeah, everybody's diving for the ball. 58, 57, 56 seconds. The clock's still running. The clock is now stopped. The referee blows it in.
They have another official's timeout.
We're really struggling with the clock for some reason. Nobody's inbounded the ball yet. I don't know why the clock was running, although it doesn't make that much difference at this point in the game.
I think we're getting a reset here.
So we put a minute back on the clock, so 4 or 5 seconds back to the clock, 59, counting down. Bear comes in, stutter steps. He turns, look at Connor Simmons there, right in the pick for him. Bear comes around with a backhand, didn't get all the rotation on it that Bear generally likes on that shot, so it didn't come around, kind of went parallel to the goal. And I think they're going to call that a pass. That's got to be a turnover.
Oh,
he ruled it a shot.
The referee at the top of the field. Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not. They're going to give him the ball. I wouldn't agree with that. I mean, it didn't go toward the net. It was like a backward lateral. All right. Bear over here to Charlie, to Wyatt Coombs. Coombs buries it. Wyatt Coombs, he's mounting the comeback 6-4. That's 2 unanswered goals by the Bengals with 29 seconds left before the half. And they found something they like there.
Well, I think what we need to see here is get a face-off win, advance the ball. What we don't want to do is go into halftime giving up 3 unanswered. Yeah,
I think you're right there. Let's win this clamp. Cole's got to lock this thing down. Put the clamp on it, and then roll that clock down. Let's get to the half and kind of regroup and see what's going on.
We've had some good battles at the.
Yeah, there it goes, popping out. I'm taking Peanut on that money. That money's going on Peanut. A little bit of an errant pass there. He got a little. Pick the ball up, boys. Come on. Nobody wants the ball. Still can't get it up. Still can't do it. All right, and it ends up in Beckham's hands. 13 seconds. That is not good. And he buries it. He buries it behind the back for a goal on Gavin. 1-on-1, 6-5. Bengals as time expires, and they call the goal good. And the Lucy Beckham faithful are absolutely on their feet, and a very quick momentum swing in the opposite direction after we put 4 unanswered on them. And they have mounted their comeback. They're still losing 6-5, but you got to look at things going into the half. So we're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen, while we deal with our technical problems, and we'll be back shortly. And we are back. Welcome back to the Reef. Neon Dion from the Oceanside Sports Network has torn apart our AV here. I understand there was a hiss. We had an open mic port somewhere that wasn't muted or something. I am not the technical guy, ladies and gentlemen.
That's me.
Chris Harrison has done an outstanding job, and Dion reworked everything at halftime here. We should be good on the video feed. Where are my papers? Here they are. We should be good on the video feed. So we didn't get a lot of the halftime discussion we wanted to have, but you know what? We've got one heck of a game coming 30 seconds before we're going to go to face-off. 6-5, Oceanside Collegiate Academy over the Lucy Beckham Bengals now.
They also have 15 and a half more games with us, so they're going to get sick of hearing us.
Yeah, they're going to get sick of us here. Bear Hankins struts over in a saunter to his spot here on the wing for Lucy Beckham. And he's going to be flanked by Silas Gillum. Cole the Clamp is out there on the face-off dot. And Oceanside's going to look to, you got to believe there's some halftime adjustments where pick up the ball, man.
Yeah, I think what happened there at the end is preventable. Got to work a little bit harder in the middle of the field, and we'll see if some conversations were had at halftime that right the ship here a bit.
And here we go. They're going to whistle it in. Dion's on the camera. Angie has been relieved of her duties. We've got an illegal procedure, and it looks like Oceanside's going to get the ball. Silas has the ball, the younger of the two Gillum brothers. He's going to bring it in. He's got Ian Long on the wing there. We get the touch, and it comes back to AJ, and we're going to make the change. Jackson Hyman at the top of the restraining box, back to AJ Zarzaka. He's got Bear. It looks like the AJ Bear matchup has been pretty consistent tonight. Okay. Titus, the older brother, the older Gillum, he comes in. AJ makes the dodge on Bear, ducks underneath, can't get loose, swings it back behind the net to Ian Long. And that's Carter took a shot, and he's high, but it's backed up by Ian Long behind the net, so we feel pretty good about that. He's going to survey. He's going to pop it out to Titus, the trigger man. He's up top, Jackson Hyman. And we're just kind of measuring. Right now it's like a couple of boxers, jabbing their way around the ring, coming out of the half here. Let's get the adjustments. A little poke there, a little physical. He's in a little bit of trouble, swings it back behind the net. Ian Long is in that spot, traditionally occupied by Broman Hollingsworth, who clearly wasn't up to playing tonight. We haven't seen him. AJ's badgered by Bear. He's trying to make the shake and bake. Can't get where he wants to go. Back behind Ian Long. Ian kind of measuring. He pops it back out to Carter at the top of the restraining box on the player's side. He's looking, gets the pick. Can't find what he likes. He's being harassed by Owen Newman.
Warning call there.
And it looks like a ward. Looks like Carter got that wing out, huh, Coach?
Yeah. I got to say, Tony, what a shout-out to Ian Long, number 4, back behind at X tonight. He's looking like a junior or senior back there instead of a freshman and really stepping into that role.
He is an incredible talent. MJ sacrificing his body trying to pick off a pass. And there's going to be a turnover, and it's coming back the other way. So we're going to get Andy Jones. He's going to inbound it in the alley. He's going to be harassed a little bit. Long pass across. Bouncer bounces off of Kamikaze's chest. He works his way through traffic. He's being hacked at.
Great job by Costa there using his body to field that.
Gets it over to Carter. Swings it back behind. AJ jogs onto the field. Gets the number 1 line back out there. MJ's in traffic. He pulls the trigger on one. Not a lot of mustard on it. Carter behind the nets, backing it up. He's going to inbound it. See if we can get some pressure. Boy, a quick goal here would really right the ship, Coach.
Yeah, Oceanside looks like they're picking and choosing here. They want to take nice open shots where they have some space. You saw it there. I don't think they're looking to really push anything at the moment. AJ
makes the dodge behind the net at X. He feeds it out. Carter Carter takes another – or no, it wasn't Carter.
That's MJ.
That was MJ takes another big rip. Carter's behind the net. Well, I'll tell you, it's nice to not have that hiss in my ear. We figured that out. We solved a lot of technical problems at the half, people.
Small victories, Tony.
Small victories. Yep. Here's Titus. Titus makes the dodge. He can't get free. Can't beat the pole. Kamikaze goes in. He drops his shoulder on it, feeds it back to AJ. Oh, no, that's Ian Long. Ian stutters, and he drops it right in the defender's wicket.
Ian just got badgered as he went through the
Titus
middle
makes Titus on the press. The ride is pretty tough here. Out to midfield. Grant Gallo, he coughs it up at midfield. Peanut says, "I'll take that." He pushes it out to Titus. Titus can't hold on to it. And all of a sudden, it's a hot potato, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Long out in front of the net. We got a guy in the crease on his back.
It was an incredible check by Peanut there to kind of start that fracas. And looks like we're going to have a turnover.
A fracas reference, ladies and gentlemen.
Fracas.
A fracas.
I did some thesaurus reading.
You did some thesaurus, and you came up with the fracas. All right. Goaltender's got it. Luke's got it. He's going to run it up. Could be a little bit of a problem. We got a flag on the field.
Yeah,
Were they offsides?
No, I think we tagged the goalie in the back on that clear, and that's not advised.
No.
But I may be wrong.
No, Dion's still ciphering here. You okay there, big guy? The red dot is on. I can see it up there behind the stat, behind whatever those numbers are. There's a little red half moon there.
So Oceanside going man down here, Tony, obviously need to stand tall and not give up a fourth unanswered goal as we are 7 minutes, 55 seconds left in the third.
All right, they're going to inbound it. Looks like we've got all the big guns out there for Beckham on the man up. Will Hagberg feeds it behind. Up to Bear Hankins, back. Oh, and there's an ill-advised pass, and then we're going to hustle. And that's going to be a turnover. Another bad pass by Lucy Beckham. You don't see them fundamental flaws often in a Lucy Beckham team, but, we're going to take it.
That's one of those I think just gets caught up in the cross. And
Andy's got to run the clear. Look, Beckham's got a really good ride. He's going to out. And Will Hagberg comes up with it there. Ian Long, he's giving it to them. A lot of fight there coming down the sideline. Will takes the lumber in stride. Feeds it back behind, and Beckham's going to set up again. Will Hagberg in the restraining box to Bear up top. Bear surveying back to Hagberg, back to Bear. Rolling it around. That's Kane Pritchett.
So unlike the first, Tony, Oceanside squandering some opportunities here instead of taking advantage. Hopefully they'll get that turned around as the second half progresses.
Yeah, we got to get that. We're going to have to press. We're going to need to turn over. Got to get a stop here.
Oceanside's
there's a good stick, but it still ends up, and there we go. There's the turnover.
Evened up now, too.
Peanut grabs it. He feeds it over. A little bit of an ill-advised pass back. Get back in net, G. You're going to have to hustle. There's a turnaround shot, and there's the goal, the tying goal. A bad sequence there for Oceanside. We had the turnover, and it just didn't pan out. They just let him up. They got out-hustled there to the ball. So now we've got a 6-6 game. Now it's a Lucy Beckham Oceanside game. 6:28 to go in the third quarter, and we've got 6-6 on a cool, crisp night under the lights here at the Reef at Oceanside. And, that is now 4 unanswered goals by Lucy Beckham. Big battle at the face-off dot between two great Fogos.
We've had some doozies out there tonight.
There's a ball free. Peanut's going to scoop that up, and we're on offense. Carter, he throws it away.
Yeah, just Carter couldn't handle that.
Yeah, Carter couldn't handle the pass from Peanut. And there is that Newman or Pritchett? That's number 8. That was Newman. Over to Bear. Newman's coming back. They're going to change. Bring some more offensive armament into the game. Wyatt Coombs content to sit with it up top. Dumps it off to player coming on the field. Full stride. That's number 3, Connor Simmons. He backs out. He's in and out of the restraining box on that side, into the alley. Defense is set up. Sawyer's on him. Defenders, we've got 34 is Owen Kimker on the short stick. Number 40 over to Brendan Dick. Brendan Dick rolls it around. Here's a shot, looking at it. Bears got it at the top. Over to Nolan Elwood. He rolls it down. They fired it wide. I don't know if G got a piece of that or not.
Oceanside defense just looks a little bit frazzled right now. I think part of that is they found themselves on defense most of this third quarter so far.
Yeah.
They need to find some of that calm that they had back in the first half of the second quarter.
Yeah. We're almost 7 minutes into this third quarter, and we played a lot of defense. The field's been tilted. Working around. Good defense there. Andy Jones, what a great job, Andy. Let's see if we can handle it. There's a roll around. A big rip. All right. And the Oceanside Land Sharks will survive another onslaught. They're going to inbound from X. Good short stick defensive play there. All the way out up top. And Wyatt Coombs takes a big shot. Wyatt Coombs buries it from far outside, and that is going to be Lucy Beckham's 7. That is now the 5th unanswered goal.
Yeah, Oceanside found themselves pinched in on defense there, and Wyatt did well to stay on the outside and wait for that ball to come out to him, and he basically had a runway of a shot there right into goal.
Yeah,
so
we have got to come up with an offensive possession here, and we have got to swing this momentum. 4:38 to go in the third. Third quarter's flying by, and it's all Lucy Beckham right this minute.
Yeah, Oceanside needs a possession here and certainly needs to come down and control some possession on offense here. Give the defense a break.
Yep, Land Sharks are going to face it off here. We need to get a clamp here. We need to get a clamp. We need to get something, get this ball. Referees pull both players up. They take a breather, reset. We're having a lot of discussion at the faceoff dot. And we're going to whistle it in. Looks like he's got him where he wants him. There's a bobble. Ball's on the ground. Then it's a Lucy Beckham possession. Coughs it up to Owen Newman. Owen's got a lot of grass in front of him. He's running in, gets the touch. Chances are he'll dish it off and then head off. And that's what that is. He'll get on sides. Lucy Beckham will change. And we've got Connor Simmons bringing it in. He's going to make a run to the net, and there's that speed on full display. I mean, he basically ran right around Silas there.
I feel like we're becoming content just following the player, and then they're turning on the speed, and we're kind of getting a step or two behind.
Yeah, we're getting a step or two behind. So Reese Meredith working there. Good work there. Out to Nolan. Elwood, he backs off outside, high of the restraining box. He's covered by CJ. He dumps it back. Bear's looking. He took a peek at it. Bear almost pulled the trigger on it, decided against it. Backed up, stutter step, makes the dodge. Peanut says nope. He makes the run, and G comes up with the save on the turnaround shot by Bear, and Gavin G-Money denies him. And we're moving the ball upfield. Jackson Hyman takes a big whack. Lumber. Bear coming back upfield.
That was a great shot by Bear, getting himself loose from Peanut, and luckily Harrison had that track down.
Yeah, I don't know how he got it off, but he was a big recovery. Oceanside's going to set up shop here. This is our first real offensive possession, I would say, of the half.
Yeah,
here.
early on a little bit. I mean, I think right now we just have to control this ball a little bit.
Yeah, Titus the trigger man here. Over to AJ. Kamikaze at the top of the circle. Kamikaze, he can't handle it right this second. He drops it on the ground, gets it over to Titus. Titus is looking. He's got a pole on him, so he's going to look to dish it somewhere, likely. Gets the pick. He's going to feed it over to AJ, or Carter. Carter's over on the far side. He's dodging and weaving. He's got two men on him. He's double covered. Somebody's got to be open. Back to AJ. AJ takes the rip and buries it. Yahtzee. Just what we needed when we needed it.
AJ and Carter playing a little two-man game there.
Two-man.
And it was beautiful. AJ set the pick and rolled off the pick kind of like you would in basketball and just found himself wide open there. Beautiful.
Yep. Outstanding. Dion holding down the technical here. We're busy yapping, and he's fixing the score.
Yeah, it's right.
It's 7-7, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the score's right. 7-7 game off the Carter Gregory to AJ. A little backwards from how I usually call it. But
Oceanside finally turning the tide there a little bit. Let's see if they can build on this momentum.
Let's get a possession here. See if we can come up with a face-off. And, again, I mean, we've got two talented face-off specialists out there.
Another lockup.
Another lockup. And they're going to award it to Lucy Beckham. I don't know how that gets decided. I don't know what we did there. Yeah. Yeah, I believe he's a freshman.
Yeah, Cole is a freshman and just did an amazing job in our scrimmages this past weekend and doing a great job tonight. Obviously, this has been quite a challenge at the in the face-off circle here.
Yeah, I mean, look, against two Division I commits, I mean, he really tore him up at Huff, up at the scrimmages this past weekend. So coming out of that feeling real good. And that's the youngest Gillum there. That's Silas rolling around with Kane Pritchett.
Already down to 1:40.
Yeah, this quarter flew by. And, you know, we're back to what would normally be. Oh, there's a feed out front to Dick, and Dick buries it left-handed. We have got a back-and-forth run here. So 8-7 Oceanside, 8-7 Beckham over Oceanside right this minute. 1:30 to go.
Beckham did a good job of recognizing the double team there, and the open man broke open and made a beautiful shot across the crease there to the far side.
All right, we're going to reset here. My cousin Scott Cockerill, the longtime producer, says it looks like we've got our technical problems squared away. And here comes Oceanside down the field, wide open, and not a great shot, but, you know, Cole took his run right down the field. He got the clamp, got the possession, and we had it backed up, so he pulled the trigger on it. Let's get the horses on the field. AJ trotting on. Jackson Hyman flips it to AJ, and we're going to reset the offense the way we normally do. Looks like we got a lot of you're thumbing through the YouTube.
We got some good chirps happening.
We got some good chirps, and there's a goal! Titus, the trigger man, rifles it. And we've got an 8-8 game, 57.4 seconds left. And while we're scrolling through YouTube comments, Titus buries it.
Again, I go back to where I was in the first half. When I don't pay attention, good things happen.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, the sound is clear, the video is right, and we've got one heck of a game going on here. Love it, love it, love it. Matt Williamson in our neighborhood over in Marsh Cove checking in. Loves the action. Here we go back at the face-off dot, and they will get ready for the next thicket. 57 seconds. What a quarter.
Another drag it out here.
Another knockdown, drag out like two wrestlers, and nobody can come up with the ball. Looks like that's going to be Declan Kelly comes up with it, number 25. He dishes it over out to number 10, Charlie Abram, and it looks like a timeout maybe?
Yeah, timeout there. Peanut Seaton, 13, was bearing down, and coach saw that coming and decided let's take a break here and start with a clean possession.
Well, that's fantastic. Let's get those comments up here for a second. Let's see what people are saying here.
Some of these might not be safe for TV.
So we got Marshall Pritchett. This Coombs kid's a pretty good player, Mr. Pritchett says. Yeah, We had him. Dion's doing Dion things here. All right. Titus Gillum is the GOAT, Quentin Johnson says.
Apparently he has a brother.
Marshall Pritchett watching.
Got some Coombs fans out there.
Ryan McCarthy checks in, the great out of
him.
Lucy Beckham, and he was certainly an Oceanside killer in his time.
Got a few Go Sharks.
Yeah, we got a few Go Sharks. We got
the football team.
Yeah, the football team supporting us. Great to hear everybody. Give us a shout out. Like the page. Do all the things you do with YouTube that Dion asks everybody all the time on the football broadcasts.
We've got Mark Heineman having a client dinner and streaming our broadcast. You got to love that.
Well, that's great. And he's checking in from Ohio.
I'm sure our broadcast will help him secure his client.
There's no question about it. There's nothing better to sell and secure a client than a solid OCA Beckham heavyweight bout.
Maybe while he's up there, he'll secure a sponsorship too.
That'd be great. Yes, you know what to do, Mark. Thanks so much for checking in with us. Couldn't do what we do without you. Mark is the treasurer of our OCA boosters for lacrosse.
26 seconds here.
26 seconds, and Beckham is rolling it around. They're measuring. You got to believe they're going to look for a shot here before the end of the quarter. They're not going to be content to just hold it.
Yeah, they're probably going to.
There's a problem right there. Somebody's beat. Look, a little backhand shot try there. Andy Jones says no. Ball's rolling around from X. 4 seconds. A shot wide, across the goal mouth, and that's going to do it for the quarter. Wow. Whew. What a quarter, right? So we go into the half. We kind of limp in, down a goal. Beckham, all the momentum, and we've traded punches here in the third quarter, which flew by. It feels like the third quarter was gone in a second. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fourth quarter queued up that is traditional OCA Beckham brawl. The crowd is not wavering here. They are excited. Everybody has come out to see this game. This is not just the game of the week. It's arguably the game of the season. Both these teams, the kids all know each other. They all love each other. But when they step between the lines, there are no friends out there right this minute.
Nah, I think they put all that aside for this game.
Yeah, I would think so. Tom Harris, can't say enough about what he's done with this program. This is his 8th season here. He is the original OG. He's the longest tenured coach at Oceanside, contract coach anyway, because he has his whole life at Lowlax and Loggerheads, and every spring he re-gears himself to do this. We've got Oceanside greats on the sideline. We haven't talked about this coaching staff that he's managed to assemble, with the exit of a couple coaches. Clark Seaton, which is his birthday today. Happy birthday, Clark.
Happy birthday, Clark.
I don't know if Gina's here or she's home with the kids or where, but, Clark, happy birthday to you.
We should have got him a hat or
something. We should have got him something. I hope we get him a win.
Well, that would be nice.
I think he'll leave the hat if he can get the win. We've got Colin Reich, of St. Joe's fame, out of Oceanside here. We've got Joey Boylston, all-world, both football and lacrosse here at Oceanside. Goes to Utah, 4-year starter at Utah. Went to a national tournament. Cole gets the clamp. He's rolling down the field, gets the touch, rolls it in back behind. He's got MJ back behind the net. Rolls it over to the freshman Ian Long. He's taking wood back there. AJ off all the way on the side while we change players. So we're going to be content. Jackson Hyman rolls into the game. I can't see who just checked in there.
That's
77
Titus.
is Titus. I'll tell you, these Gillum boys are something special. Great to have them here with us. Both of them played football. Both got state championship rings this year. Carter Gregory bears one low.
Great save by Fredericks there.
Great save by Fredericks. Gets the turnover. They run the clear. They got the Jets on. Carter gives him a little wood. Peanut comes around. Peanut pokes it loose. That's going to be a turnover. Peanut's looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it out to Carter. Defender missed. Carter rolling downfield. Nothing's going to stop him here. He makes the pop. Another great save. Ian Long gets turned aside, and he turns it over out of bounds.
Peanut Seaton with a little bit of a rusty gate check there to get that break started, and unfortunately Oceanside just could not take advantage down there. Beckham is going to take possession and try to get their clear.
Wide pass, big, long rainbow pass across the field. MJ checks in on him. That's number 19, Brooks Leland, the defender. He's been around a while. Dick is just wide out there in the alley, unchecked. Peanut gets him back. They settle in. Owen Newman with the ball. He's going to dish it off.
Oceanside dodged a little bit of a bullet there.
Yeah, we did.
Had a lot of speed coming down. And
that's 9-8. That was a shot. G might want that one back. I think that, he just pulled the trigger on it and caught that right post, just inside the post. I think G had pretty good position. But
I think he did. I think he may have tried to do a little too much there, but that's all right. He'll get it back here.
All right, 10:16 to go, 9-8. Lucy Beckham, fourth quarter, punching back and forth. Braden Elmer trotting out to the wing here with Peanut. The two long poles going to go in and dice it up. I'll tell you, the face-off dot has been brutal for both teams. Just those two young men are really working hard tonight.
I know I'm old, but I'd have to think these boys are going to be sore tomorrow. These Fogos, they are just putting a beating on each other.
All right, that's a loose ball push. That should be our ball.
It is not.
It is not our ball. Not sure what Bear's doing there. He's playing with his leg, sleeve, whatever. He rolls it over to Wyatt Coombs. Wyatt's been deadly tonight. He's got a few goals. Okay. That's Will Hagberg. Sawyer Arnold turns him around. I'll tell you, Sawyer is just an athletic specimen, that kid.
Yeah, big boy.
Yeah, I mean, this is a kid who started playing lacrosse last year, never played before in his life, and all of a sudden he is a powerhouse out there. Over to Bear, back to Hagberg. He moves in, makes the dodge, gets around, and good save by G. Saw it the whole way. It was a pretty good shot, pretty good take. Oh, he's got a little ways to go, and that is a high punt. Ball's loose.
It's going to be a free, clear goalie interference. Sometimes the goalies will work that when they got a guy in their face.
Yeah, okay, so Carter Gregory's going to get a free in. We're getting our horses on the field. A.J. Heineman, A.J. Kamikaze's on the field. He's been a little quiet tonight. It's only a matter of time before he makes his presence felt. Titus out on that left side, on the right side with a left-hand shot. Love that. Titus rolls around. He's looking for somewhere to go with it. The defense has clearly tightened up on the Beckham side. That must have been the discussion at halftime.
Yeah, not much space for Oceanside to work
AJ can't handle it. He turns it over. Titus hits him, kind of handcuffed him inside with trying to grab it, and just not a great pass and an even worse catch.
I think Oceanside needs to continue to ride hard here. I feel like early on we were doing it. We got away from it a little bit.
Yeah, Peanut's all over Owen Newman here. He coughs it up down low. Dick's there. He feeds it in front, and there's a bunch of whistles. And Oceanside ball. I don't know what the call is. Offsides. All right, the Lucy Beckham faithful not happy with the call. Right behind us on the fence. And
understandably so, because the ball is staying Lucy Beckham.
The ball is staying Lucy Beckham, so I guess they waved it off. And we'll set up the defense. That's going to be Silas out there. He's covering. 26 here, Liam Rosebach playing D-mid tonight. Liam coming from an attack position where he's played a lot in the past, but he's a real athletic kid.
We are having some miscommunications here on D.
Yeah, it's not setting up. I mean, they just seem unsettled. Back behind the net. And, this crew of these three attack for Beckham are a force to be reckoned with. Dick comes around. He feeds it out front. Connor Simmons, he's looking for the big shot. Nobody's got that backed up. No, did they?
Goalie ball.
Goalie ball. Great job, G. I was looking back there. I didn't see anybody, and G was on his horse. Great work. Love it.
Need a clean
All right,
clear here.
We're going to need a clean clear. Beckham vacates the zone for the most part. We're going all the way across. Let's not turn this over. Okay, Andy Jones. He gets around. There's a big hack up to Peanut. Peanut's in the zone. We got to grab a touch here. Silas gets the touch. Over to Titus. Behind the net with MJ. We're going to change players, get some more horses out here. AJ, Kamikaze, they're checking in. MJ rolling around. Up to Jackson Hyman. Out to AJ. He's directing a little bit of traffic. They got to get a good possession here, Coach. We got to get one on the board here at 6:43. It's going to come down to it.
Great back check
That's
there.
a great back check. Number 15, Logan Humphreys, gets the back check. Great catch there. Dick is out there in left field all by himself. He feeds it over. Good stick by Andy Jones to break up the tic-tac-toe.
And again, Oceanside kind of trying to catch falling knives here, just really flirting with leaving that attacker wide open low.
I mean, it is just a dangerous game we're playing there. I mean, Tom is obviously pressing upfield. But, this is a dangerous team to let them kind of hang around like that. Bear looking for somewhere to go with it. He feeds it out to Nolan Elwood. Elwood back to the top of the restraining box to Wyatt Coombs. Coombs has been on fire this game.
I will say, Tony, noticeably absent for quite a few minutes now has been Thomas Huffines. And
Yeah.
I think, we could be feeling that a little bit on defense
Well,
here.
I think so. I mean, his leadership, his poke check, his, Thomas, the best pickpocket in the business, and he's not on the field. Absent Brody Hollingsworth on attack. There's a ball that bounces, a snot ball off the turf, and G couldn't handle it, and that's going to be a 2-goal lead with 5:27 to go. So Beckham is making their presence felt on offense, and our defense is having a little bit of breakdown here. Not sure what we need to do here to right the ship, though, but we've got to get some offense going with 5:27 to go, down 2 goals.
Well, as we always say, Tony, it's a possession game, so it's going to start here at the face-off, and hopefully Cole can fight like he's been fighting all night and get the ball going our way.
On cue, Thomas Huffines trots into the game.
Look at that.
How about that? Almost like you knew it.
Somebody heard us talking.
Somebody heard us talking. Thomas Huffines, we need the pickpocket back there. Cole is fighting for it. Peanut overruns it. It's out behind. Somebody kicks it. It's going to be Oceanside ball. All right.
I didn't quite see what happened there, but
Silas, I think somebody got shoved a little bit the wrong way. Jackson Hyman in full stride. He's got somebody bearing down on him. And it looks like a timeout. Tom took a timeout, and Coach Harris wants to talk about it.
I think it makes sense here. Down by 2 goals, a bit over 5 minutes left. You want to have good communication with your guys to understand what the game plan is here. How are we going to move the ball? How quick do we want to try to get a shot here?
Yeah.
And,
we need 2.
Beckham's defense is, both defenses have played well all night, but Beckham's defense has definitely tightened it up here in the second half and have given us some fits down there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the last time out I was in the middle of reviewing the kind of coaching staff. Tom Harris in his 8th season here, consistently put winners on the board, 2 state titles in 18 and 19. Probably would have had 3 if it wasn't for COVID. So we had to deal with that. You've got Alex Rode over there, 2-time national champ goalie, who's coaching your boy. You can't ask for more than that. You've got Joey Boylston on the bench over there. Again, a 4-year starter at Utah, national championship tournament appearance. Famous for leveling Notre Dame's goalie at the end of that game. You've got Colin Reich, again, Oceanside, star here back in the heyday, state championship years after a full career at St. Joe's. We have got a coaching squad over there. Clark Seaton, he's –
I think you got to love that these guys want to come back and give back to their team, and that says a lot about the family and goes to the trust comment that Harris mentioned.
It really does. It really does. So AJ makes the dodge pretty easily. He puts a shot on, ball's bouncing around, comes up, and it comes up green. We've got to have that. We've got to have that. Ball's bouncing around there. Big shot out here, big feed out here. And there's G out there playing defense for himself. G has had enough of Dick being wide open out there.
He's a little tired with the cherry picking going on.
Yeah,
there.
he has had enough of that, and he came out and really stopped the momentum there, because for the last 3 offensive series, that feed to Dick has been wide open, and he hasn't had anybody standing within 10 yards of him. So credit G with that, athletic play, risky, with one of the best attackmen in the state. Oh, there's an errant pass, and Will Hagberg is, I think that's Will, 34, right?
35.
No, that's Cash Bishop. That was a new name. I hadn't called that yet, and it almost turned it over. So now Will Hagberg has the ball out here. He is a dangerous player. Will Hagberg's been kind of in and out of the sport. Great kid, wonderful family. And he has come back with a vengeance. Just a talented player.
Yeah, good to see him out here.
Yeah, great moves on him. Silas is going to push him to the alley. He's going to feed it around. I assume that's Dick back there. He's going to come around looking for something to get. He feeds it out front to Kane Pritchett. Back to Pritchett at the top of the circle. Or top of the circle. It's like my hockey reference. That's my hockey reference. Sitting up top, Kane Pritchett. He moves in. Can't find what he likes. Sawyer Arnold cuts him off. 3:06 tick-tock. We're in trouble with the clock here, folks.
I don't want to say Beckham's killing clock, but they're certainly content taking what we're giving them. And
Sawyer's going to have to press the issue here. And we're going to have to get a little risky. And that's high and wide. That's high and wide from down low. 2:50 to play. Beckham in the offensive zone. Reese Meredith out there peppering. Don't let him up. That's it. We're going to have to press here. 2:40 and clicking down. Dick with at the top of the restraining box. He's being harassed by Peanut. Peanut's not going to have that. There's a good pick.
Nice job by C.J. Johnson.
C.J. gets leveled. And now the ride's on. And Andy Jones picks his way through traffic, and he's got open grass in front of him. He's thinking pole goal, and he gets it! Andy Jones from coast to coast like butter and toast. He drills it.
Did everybody get that one? Butter and toast.
Well, coast to coast like butter and toast. He comes, he's looking for the two-pointer. All right. 2 minutes.
He could not be denied there.
He would not be denied.
Head full of steam.
Absolutely. You need me on that wall. You want me on that wall, Andy Jones.
So a face-off win would be huge for Oceanside here.
All right. So here we are, 2-13, 1-goal game. Everybody on their feet, mostly because we don't have stands.
That would be a good reason.
Yeah. Well, we have small stands.
Well, I could see, if this would go Oceanside's way, I could see Harris probably taking a timeout, bringing his guys over. Yeah,
I think he would burn that last timeout. He might hang on to it. And there's Cole. He's being held. Cole's coming in. He's thinking it. Oh, AJ, run. Run, son. And they turned it over. What a killer.
Yeah, just
2 minutes to go. This might be the last possession.
You finally have your face-off guy win one clean there. And
all right, that one's a long ball across the side here. Almost stepped out with it.
Well fielded there by
Well
Brooks
fielded.
Leland.
There's another hairy pass up to Nolan Elwood. Andy's harassing him. We got to press. 1:48 to go. Bear Hankins comes in with it.
They still didn't get their touch.
They still didn't get a touch.
And they
And,
did.
yeah, now he must have got a foot in. So he's got to stay in the box after 2 minutes? Is that the thing?
I believe
Dion's,
that's
you
the
have to stay in the box? Oh, they're in the box.
Yeah.
So we got to push him out. 125-24, clicking down.
I always forget tournament rules versus high school
Come on,
rules.
Silas. We're going to have to get something done here. You're going to have to do something. He is being harassed.
Oh, boy. He got a step.
He's out front, and there's the goal. And there's the goal. That's going to be 11-9 with 1:07 to play. Yeah, we may be better off with that because otherwise they can kill the clock. Connor Simmons puts it to bed. Connor Simmons, number 3. He puts it. He buries it. 11-9. Lucy Beckham. The Beckham faithful are feeling it now. They're starting to breathe. It ain't over yet. If we can set that up. Come on. Charlie's digging.
This is
Cole's digging. Clock down under a minute. Ball pops out. It's Peanut's ball.
all
right.
Peanut lost all his help there.
We lost all his help, and we got a timeout. So there's the timeout.
51 and a half.
51. It can be done. It's a tall order. It can be done. They're going to look back at this film. They're going to see a lot of good things, but they're also going to see a 5-goal lead evaporate before the half. So it's a tough time. So Tom Harris, the Wiley coach, is going to have to pull it together.
I just got a great text from my daughter at Newberry. She says, butter and toast, really?
Matt Williamson appreciated his shout out. I got a text from him. 41 viewers. We're going to work on that through the year. So we got 41 people checked in. 57 viewers. So, get to the page, subscribe to the page, like the page. I am not the social media genius, but I think there's a bunch of things you can click that get you on it. We're going to be broadcasting all year. The coach, Chris Harrison, myself, Angie, Dion will be here when he can. Thank God he was here tonight.
Yeah, we needed an audible tonight.
Yeah, we definitely needed an audible, a visual, and anything else we can get that's AV related. But we got it all squared away. I hope we've brought you an entertaining second half here. It's going to come down to the wire. We've got a timeout. We've got Carter Gregory coming back on. They're going to whistle it in momentarily. He's got Brooks Leland squaring him up. Oceanside in their home whites. Beckham in their lime green. Carter makes a move for it. He's looking for it. He wants to see what he's got. He makes the dodge. He's back in the left hand. AJ's got it, and it goes wide. We've got it backed up. Clock stopped at 39. They're going to whistle it in. 39 seconds. AJ took the rip when he could get it. Here we go. Got to take it. Got to look for it. Gillum's looking for it. He can't find it. That ball's out of bounds.
And that's going to be a turnover, I believe.
That is going to be a turnover, and that is likely going to ice it with 22 seconds left. We're going to have to double, triple, and quadruple the ball here. That ball's going wide, and that's going to be out of bounds for another turnover. No, it stays in. It's high, fly ball, G squaring it up, bounces off of someone, out of bounds with 7 seconds, and it's still Beckham ball. So.
And crazy enough, that's a shot.
That's going to be considered a shot.
Three-quarter field shot.
Three-quarter field shot. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the game. Your final from the Reef here. Your final from the Reef. Beckham rushes the field. And yet, victory has eluded Oceanside one more time. The Oceanside players are exhausted, frustrated. It's early in the season. We played a great game against a great team. There's some things we'd want back. Tom Harris and coaching staff will rally the troops, and they will be okay. it's just a difficult, bitter pill to swallow. The customary handshakes will line up for. We got a lot of good things on tape. We got a couple of things we want back, Coach.
I think we got what we bargained for here. Certainly wouldn't expect this game to be much different than this. And I think, like you said, Tony, there's some positive things to take out of this, and I think there's some things that Coach Harris and his assistants are going to want to be working on in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think so. Look, we've got to bounce back. We play again Friday.
And Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, so it's a busy week. There's no time to wallow in this. And this will be a bittersweet pill. The bragging rights for these seniors, they could never kind of get it done against Beckham.
We have 2 this year.
We have 2.
We have 2 against Beckham this year.
No.
I thought we did.
No, we were going to end it. We got IMG instead.
So
this is the last meeting between.
Change of schedule.
This is the last meeting between Oceanside and Beckham. Oceanside gets on the short end of it.
That is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, and but nonetheless, a great game. 2 heavyweights. We saw some things that were good. We saw some things that coaches are going to want to work on. It was everything it was billed to be. It didn't end the way we wanted, but what an entertaining game. Pardon me. What an entertaining game for the fans. What a great way to kick off the season.
Definitely.
Again, bittersweet. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up here from the Reef. Thank you, Neon Dion, for all the technical assistance. Thank you again to the administration, Christina Brown, Mark Meyer, the athletic training staff, Brooks Barano, our assistant AD, all the coaches, all of our sponsors. I think our video just went dead again, so we are going to pack it in here, buy new cables.
I think it's telling us that's the end.
I think it's telling us that's the end. We will see you Friday night with better equipment.
Have a great night, everybody.
Take care. Thank you.